Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome back for another card video. Today I'm using this new set I just got from the Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog called Bird Banter. It's got some really cute birds in it. I'm also using my Happy Celebration set, and I also have this Happy Birthday to You die that I use all the time by Lawn Fawn. I'm going to start by stamping Happy in the bottom portion of this piece of Nina Solar white cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to stamp it in some Memento Tuxedo black ink. And then I'm going to set my toucan bird right on top of the A. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the toucan again on this post-it since I know where it's going to stamp. And then I'm going to cut the top portion of his beak and place it on top of my card panel here, so that when I stamp the balloon, it will look like the balloon is going behind the top of the beak. So you can see when I take the mask off, it looks like he's holding the balloon string. I'm using red, orange, and yellow for my toucan. I'm going to take the red R29 and do the entire bottom and then up the top just a little bit, so it doesn't look like I have red on the bottom and orange on the top. It looks like it all blends upward. So I'll take my orange and sort of really work on that area of the edge so that they blend together. And then I thought, I need a little more red, so I added a little more red and then blended again with the orange so it looks like a nice fade from red to orange. And then I'm just going to finish off the coloring with the Y15 with whatever's left and really blend it into that orange. I want that area around his eye to be white, but I'm going to add a little bit of color to highlight the edge and to highlight his eye. So I'm going to use that same yellow and go all the way around his eyeball, and then I'll take the same orange and start kind of where the eyeball is and wrap around the bottom here until I kind of meet that yellow. And then I'll take my zero colorless blender and just run along the edge of the yellow. So I just soften that edge, and then again running along the edge of the orange so that it softens it and it doesn't look like I've kind of drawn a color on there. For his tail, I'm going to add a little bit at the very bottom of that same red R29. And then I'll take the C9 and just finish off the coloring of the tail and bring back that red again and just sort of go over the line a little bit. I'm just softening it up. It's not really going to blend together because these are two totally different colors. Okay, so now I'm going to take that same C9. I'm going to color the entire body with this C9. It's really dark, and actually a lot of ink comes out of this particular marker, so I have to be careful not to go too far to the edge of my bird because it'll go over the edge. I wanted a little bit of distinction between his body and the wing, so I went down to my next gray color, which is C6, and I colored the wing with the C6. But then I also wanted to match, so I grabbed the C9 and I just added a bunch of little dots over the wing, and that really made the wing look different, but it matched really well, like it was all sort of part of him. So my next step after this is to take a zero colorless blender, and I'm putting some dots here. This is real time right now. So you can see how I hold it just a little bit and then pick it up. Now I'm speeding it up here. The longer you leave it down on the cardstock, the more kind of a wider area of white you'll get. And when I say white, I don't really mean white. I just mean it's kind of pushing color away, and it makes it look like a textured bird feather. It looks really cool. I have a close-up photo on the blog post. The bird is really my focal point, so I don't want any distraction with these letters. So I'm just going to create a little bit of depth with some C4, C1, and 0. So I'm going to go over the edge that has kind of like that three-dimensional sketch and color that with the C4 just on the edge there. And now I'm going in with the C1 and just blend that edge out. And then I'll do the 0 just to kind of smooth it all out. And that's all I'm going to do for these letters. So I'm going to go through A here. I'm going to take the C4 and color along those striped edges that are the 3D areas, just those. So the stamp tells you what to do. And then I'll take the C1 and just color right next to that and just kind of blend it out a little bit. And then finally I'll take the 0 and just sort of go over the whole thing and smooth it out. So I'm going to skip over the rest of the letters. I did the exact same thing with each and every one of them. And I just left that 3D kind of block area behind it blank. For the balloon, I'm using 3 different colors of green. I'm going to start with my darkest green here, and I'm going to really try to keep with a circular motion with my marker, because when you think about it, the latex sort of stretches and it almost leaves kind of a circular, some circular stripes in the balloon itself. So I went around the right edge with the darkest color, and then the medium color is when I went around the left edge. And you can see I'm really blending on top of the edge of the G07, my dark color, and I'm moving that circle inward, just making it smaller and smaller. And then finally I'm going to take my last color, this YG03, and finish it off here and just blend it into that G14. Now after I was done with this, I thought, you know what, I think my circle of the lightest circle is a little too big. So I took the G14 and made that a little smaller. And then I also added a little bit more dark area in the very edge with the darkest color. And now I'm going in with the lightest and just sort of blending everything together. Now I added with the white gel pen, I didn't have to, but I wanted it to be a little brighter. I actually went down a little bit too far, but oh well. But that just sort of made that little reflection even brighter. For the grass, I'm using the same colors as the balloon, so I'm tying in the colors at the top with the colors at the bottom. And it's kind of hard to see because the camera is directly above, but I always start with my darkest color and I flick upwards, but I only do dots under the letters. So I'm flicking in between the letters, but I'm only doing dots under the letters. And now you can see that I filled in with the first two colors, and now I'm about to go in with the last one, which is the lightest, and just fill in any gaps. So I usually do grass in 3 different shades, and I'm just making sure that it's the same level underneath each letter. I'm going back to my toucan after the colors dry and add this black spot with the C9 at the very tip. It's important to wait for the colors to dry because otherwise the black marker will seep into all of the other colors. I've die cut the word birthday out of this Lawn Fawn die, but it's actually happy birthday to you. So I'm going to cut off the edge of the Y, and then if I cut off the beginning of the B, then it looks like a capital B. So this is a great die because it's very versatile. So I'm going to add some 2A glue to the back of this. I'm going to place it underneath here. You can see I placed it down and then I realized it's too high. I put enough 2A glue on there where I had some time to scoot it down. You can see I'm scooting it down here with the edge of my tweezers, and it still sticks just fine. So I'm going to press that down, and then I'll add a little dot with my marker. And then I'm going to trim this 1/8 of an inch at the top and the bottom. I'll put some tape runner on the back and adhere it to a Hero Arts note card. I'm going to put the note card in my MISTI because I want to line up the left edge. So all I have to do is look at the top and bottom. I don't have to worry about the sides, and it makes it a lot easier. As long as you have your panels cut straight, it'll come out perfectly. And that is the card for today. This bird is so cute. I see a lot of uses for the birds in this set. They're really adorable. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.